Hey everybody, here's where this project started out with a 10-foot piece of OSB as my backer board. Gave it a scorch with the torch and then a rough outline with a piece of chalk or soapstone. And then a bunch of wood bending here with some walnut strips. Soaking that and then using heat to bend it into pieces that I then cut, sand, and basically it's just like a bunch of puzzle pieces. Here's where we're at so far. No epoxy yet. This is just pieces of walnut, bending, cutting, sanding, and roughed in. When I'm at the bandsaw, I kind of just pick sections that I like and try not to have just the same shape. And so a lot of time you see me hesitate here. I'm like looking at it like, where should I cut this? Would it look better here? I don't like to have like long straight sections. I like everything to have consistent curvature. So a lot of time if there's a flat spot, I'll cut there. But yeah, just showing my process here. And this is for a backsplash, a very unique backsplash. This customer reached out. She found me through Etsy, where I have just kind of a bunch of examples of this type of artwork that I do. That's fairly unique to me. This whole process that I do and this style is a unique style that is unique to me. Nobody else does this like I do this. This is my thing. I think it's important for people to have something like that that is unique to them, that nobody else does quite like them. If you like it, that's awesome. I hope that everyone likes this, but I know that's not realistic. And so now you can see things are starting to come together. I am now going over the entire piece with at least the bare wood with clear epoxy to waterproof it. Since it is going to be a backsplash, it needs to be at least mostly waterproof. And I coated both sides with epoxy so that it was stable. I wouldn't want it trying to warp if one side is sealed and the other side is left bare. It might try to curl up. So I also epoxied the back side. Later I go and sand off some of the epoxy on the front here, just on the faces of the walnut, because we wanted it to look as natural as possible, the walnut to shine through as well as it could. So yes, an awful lot of that clear epoxy that I applied had to come off because the customer wanted the natural beauty of the walnut to shine through as much as possible. So I ended up sanding some of that off and then finishing with that tried and true that you may have seen the can of in the background, and or tung oil. Either or will basically do the same thing. Hey guys, what's up? I hit the road. On the road again. Kinda nice to be on the road again. I'm in somewhere in southern Nebraska, headed up near a town called Peru is the vicinity I'm in right now. But I'm doing my first long haul delivery for one of my creations, and it's the Walnut and Epoxy Backsplash, custom made for Joan. She lives up in Iowa, so I'm headed to Iowa, and right up there you can see the black plastic wrapped item. It's 10 foot long, and I considered just hauling it in the back of Dodge Ram, but surprise, surprise, transmission is kind of iffy on that. Thought about putting a ladder rack on the Nissan, but there was rain. The rain let up here, and now the sun's shining, obviously. But figured, what the heck? Our RV has been sitting in our yard about 3 years and not really. I would just start it up every once in a while and drive it around the field, and the battery has somehow stayed pretty decent for 3 or 4 years since we took it to Florida, I think was the last trip we took. And that was in 2021, judging by the oil change sticker. When I got the oil change done down in Brevard County, my old stomping grounds. So pretty awesome. Day 2 on the road. Been driving for a couple hours now. Iowa is not that different from Kansas, except more planting and less cows. Must have better soil up here. Doesn't seem like there's as much gravel roads. Definitely not as much just like natural pasture. Almost everything is plowed. A lot of the plowed fields are terraced, like berm and swale. So a whole lot of this. Cruising along. My bungee cord broke. Luckily, I looked back and saw that before it fell down. The Backsplash. Slept okay-ish last night. My eyes feel tired. Got about an hour and a half left driving until I make it to the destination. Final resting place for the Backsplash. It'll be nice to get out and stretch my legs. Final stretch here. A couple miles. There's a narrow strip of land here in between 2 lakes. Campground. I might go there later. Nice blue water. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so I made it. And here is the Backsplash in place. Here's a picture without, just the wallpaper. It's got the lake vibe, and here is with the Backsplash. So this we worked on together and came up with the design together to make just what she wanted. What a trip. That was a lot of fun. A lot of driving, but a lot of fun. Caught some crappie out back, got a little R&R, took my time, did some camping, and made the best of it. Got away for a little bit, little solo journey in the old Itasca. And here's a sneak peek at the next project. I get to work with some of this beautiful cypress.